What's up, survivors? Welcome to another Ark Fjordur tip video. In this video, I'll show you a really easy way that you can use to defeat Skoll and Hati, the dual Fenrir mini-boss on Fjordur. This method I'm about to show you involves using a Velonosaur, and it's pretty easy for anyone to do early game, especially for official players who are struggling to get their hands on a Giga right now, or who don't have a bunch of boss dinos they can throw at it. First, you'll want to tame yourself a Velonosaur. They can be found on the southeastern volcanic island called Balheimer. If you teleport to the north or the northwest side, that's typically where I've had the best luck in finding them. Also, just a quick tip, when you're taming a Velonosaur, make sure you either stay above it or kind of have a rock between you and the Velonosaur so that you don't lose your armor's durability or get killed. Kind of wait for them to stop shooting and then shoot them with your trank arrows. Also, if this is early game or you just don't want to waste any kibble on a Velonosaur, you can head on over to Jotunheim Northwest or North. There are a lot of sheep that spawn here that you can use for getting mutton. The last thing you'll need to do the boss are runes, which can be acquired by killing any alphas all over the map. Typically, if you have any type of Rex or Bats or even an RG, you should be able to take any of the Alpha Raptors and maybe even Alpha Carnos. Once you have at least your 30 runes and your Velonosaur, head on over to 20.5 37.1 in Asgard North or Northeast is where you'll find this World Boss Terminal, where you can summon the Skoll and Hati boss. But before you summon the boss, first you want to head back behind the boss terminal, up on top of this mountain here, on the kind of slightly to the left side, on top of this ridge, is where we're going to set up our Velonosaur. Oh, if I can get my bat to land. You know what? I'm just going to hop off. Put your Velonosaur right about here. You'll also want either grapples or a bat or any kind of flyer that you can use on your server to get up here. I know in Asgard most flyers don't work, but bats do work. Or if you're on an unofficial server, you might be able to fly an RG or something else up here. Now that we have our Velonosaur situated and he has his meat in him, we're going to go back here to the mini boss terminal. But real quick before we summon the boss, take note that these pillars that kind of go around in a semicircle here, as well as this mountain range right here, kind of designate the boundary for this boss fight. If one of the bosses goes behind that barrier or right up against it, it'll teleport back to the middle and regain all of its health, so you do not want to let that happen. Alright, once you're ready to go, just summon the boss, Hati and Skoll, wait for them to spawn in, make sure you get on your flyer, or just get ready to run. We'll try to aggro this guy first, the fire one. Oh, he kind of got me there. Let's make sure he follows me. He's not following me. Let's hit him again. There we go. The fiery Fenrir wolf, whatever his name is, we want to kill him first. So I want to make sure that for sure at least he follows me over here. One more time. Come on. He does have kind of a ranged attack that you do want to watch out for, but it's not too hard to dodge if you're on a bat. And I'll also show you how to dodge it with the Velonosaur once we get up there. Okay, he's getting a little bit closer. There we go. Okay. So he is within range. Okay, then get into turret mode. When he does kind of that howl, he shoots his ranged fire attack. You want to look out for that. But as long as you stand up here on the edge, you should be able to keep away from all of their attacks. Now this is on mostly normal official settings, so nothing boosted. This Velonosaur has kind of similar settings to what you get just taming a 150. I give it 5,000 health, 3.4 thousand stamina, and 500 melee. Okay, so I just got hit by that fiery ranged attack. It's not too bad, it doesn't do too much damage, so if you do get hit a few times, that's why I have a 5,000 health. But you can dodge it just by stepping backwards if you can see it coming. Also, a couple things to look out for during this fight. If you have a really high server ping and it's lagging a lot, I've had one of these Fenrir mini bosses kind of glitch through the mountain and disappear, so I wasn't able to get the loot or the element from them. Also look out for other players who might aggro them and take them outside the boundary and kind of reset the boss. Now if you need to and you keep getting hit by that ranged attack, don't be afraid to take a step back and heal. Also, if you bring a bunch of Velonosaurs and kind of set them up in a row on top of this ridge, that works pretty well as well. All right, it took a little while, but we finally took out Skoll, the gold one with the fiery ranged attack. And then from here on out, it's smooth sailing. You don't have to worry about healing your Velonasaur. You don't have to worry about dodging that attack. The ice one cannot reach you from down there. So as long as you stay right here and keep shooting, the rest of the boss fight is pretty easy. Also at the end of the fight, don't forget to loot both bodies because both of the Fenrir mini-bosses will have loot as well as 15 element each. You may also want to jump down or use your bat to fly down and loot Skoll's body after defeating it, because if the fight takes a while, especially if you're using just the one Velonasaur, that loot bag could disappear or decompose before you finished. And that's it for this video, guys. If you found this useful or helpful in any way, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.